Okay, congratulations on finishing your practice projectiles. Now it's time for you to do your final, and you can do whatever you want. But it needs to fit within certain constraints. What I mean by that is that it can't be longer than 2.5 inches. It can be shorter, but not longer. And the diameter has to be 1 and 11/32 at some point in your projectile. So the widest part of your projectile has to be that diameter to fit in our barrel. If you're going to revolve your design, then your beginning rectangle should be 2.5 or less by 43/64, which is the radius of this diameter. So it's half of 1 and 11/32. So you can reference this. It'll be in Canvas. Also, I'll write it on the board. Okay, I'm going to show you some examples now of things not to do. So I see a lot of designs like this here in the middle. It looks all good and well, but there are a couple things wrong with this. As you can see, it's kind of a cone shape. At no point is there just a flat spot on this. It's all curving. And the problem with that is that it can get wedged in the barrel and doesn't launch as well. If you look at real life bullets or projectiles, they actually have a flat spot. So right here, this is the actual bullet that is inside of the casing. So normally I think a bullet, you think of something like this, but really the part that's flying out is right here. And it's not really curved. Right here, this is curved, but the part that's inside of the shaft is flat. And so on ours, when we're doing it, at some point you need to have a flat spot. It shouldn't just be a perfectly round half circle or curve. So just keep that in mind. This one on the right, the problem with it is that the air can blow past it. So if you look at it from the bottom, the air will blow right past these fins, and the head of this thing, or front of it, is actually a smaller diameter than the back. So if you look at it from the bottom, you can see this, how the star is larger, and the air will blow past that, the head of the bullet or projectile. So if I were to fix this one, what I'd do is I would make this part right here a larger diameter to match the size of the barrel. Another thing that's a problem with this is it can get wedged. So since this part up here isn't the same diameter as the back, when it's in the barrel it can move side to side. Alright, that's the same with this one in the middle. It can move side to side in the barrel and get wedged. So both these can get wedged. So these would be fine, it just some adjustments, if some adjustments were made, they'd be fine. Okay, the one on the left here, as you can see, it has rifling. Now I actually fixed the problem with this. The problem with it was originally that the rifling went all the way through. And the problem with that is that the air can blow through these rifling slots and you lose some of your momentum that you would have gained from the air. So you get some blow by there. So what I did is I drew a circle on this face here, and I drew the circle and matched it with this edge, and then I extruded it up just a little bit. So if you look, I extruded it up, and it made a spot here where the air can't get past. So it doesn't take much, just a little fix like that. So if you do rifling on yours, keep that in mind. Alright, so those are the main things that I've seen problems with in the past. So just be aware of those when you're designing yours. I don't want your design to be identical to the previous practice designs. It can be similar, but you need to change some things. So don't just change one thing from a previous design and say good. I want you to spend some time on this, make it look good, do little intricate things. The end goal is to make it fly the farthest. So do what you think will make it fly the farthest, and that's the most important thing to keep in mind. All right, so good luck with it. This is fun. You guys will have a good time with it. Hopefully we can get some shot, over a couple hundred yards out of the air cannon. When you're finished with it, submit it as your first name and then the color you want to print it. So look at the colors by the 3D printer. If it's a transparent color, say like tea blue or tea red. Otherwise, just say red, blue. I have all sorts of colors. Go check them out. So in Canvas, when I pull it up and I see the saved document, it should have the color and your first name.